Hey, this is Chris, and I am checking dice. Appreciate you watching my video. Today, today I'm going to be trying out a subscriber requested strategy, and I'm going to try it with the same $300 bankroll that I usually play with because I do want to see if this is something that I might like, and I like the sound of it. It combines the strategy that I've played before, well, a couple strategies I've played before. One is the Iron Cross, and the other is the traveling lay. And the traveling lay is basically what happens when you continue to follow the last rolled number with a lay bet. And in this case, I'm going to go with a $90 lay. And that will give me partial coverage against the seven on a come out or on a seven against an iron cross that is at the $25 and $30 level. So the way this goes is you start with a $25 and $30 5, 6, and 8 traditional iron cross with $15 in the field. Now what this does is this allows you to win at least $15. You win 15 in the field, and you win 20 if any of these numbers hit, because any of these pay 35 and you have to replace your 15 in the field. So that's going to be a $20 win if the 5, 6, or 8 rolls, and a $15 win if the field rolls, unless you get the double the bubble. You get that bonus. But assuming you don't get that, then that's what you end up with. So, and I'm going to, against that, instead of playing a don't pass, I'm going to go with $90 lay on the last number that rolls. So I've got to start off with a lay on a random number, and I can pick any number I want, but I'm just going to pick the 10 because that's what I want to do. That's going to be a lay, and on a $90, uh, the VIG on $90, well, it's going to win 45. That's going to be a $2 VIG. So I'm going to get some change. My casino requires the VIG up front, which is a little frustrating, but you have to play by their rules if you want to play. So $2 for the VIG on that lay, and that is going to travel. So the goal is to not hit the last number, to not roll back-to-back numbers, okay? So I'm going to randomly roll this, and let's see, I'm going to just bring this back over here a little bit more so I can have it closer to home, and I'm going to roll down here on this end of the field. So we're coming out. Everything's working. Just so we know that officially everything's working because we are working against that 10 on the come out. Whoa, we got a high bouncer right off the bat. All right, so that's a no roll, and we'll reset with a new pair or new dice. Here you go, coming out, trying not to bounce them off the table. And that's a come out 7. Okay, so it's not ideal, and I think that maybe you could go to 120 on this lay, but I didn't. So this is a $100 cover here, right? We've got $100 on the 5, 6, and 8 in the field. Okay, so $100 here, and I've got $90 laying on the 10. So that is like the worst bet because it doesn't pay as well as the 5, 6, 8, or 9. It is what it is. So that is going to be a $45 win. And I'm just going to do it this way. There's 45. I need $2 for the VIG to keep that up. So that's my pay on the lay, the 10. Now, what I do need is I need to cover all of this. So I lost 100. Okay, just to show you what's going on here. And I got 45 back. So I lost about 55 bucks plus the VIG. Okay, so I'm going to take this and we go back up again. And that is how it gets everything reset. So that was a come out 7, the first roll of the game, and I'm down about 55 bucks ish. All right, so everything's ready to go again. We're still coming out. It looks like my bankroll is gone, but I have 100 here. I've got 90 up there. So I've got plenty of bankroll. It just looks weird. 5 fever. Okay, so 5 is the point, and that is working. It's a 4-1-5. So 5 is the point. That's going to be a loser in the field, but that 5 is going to get paid 35. So that's going to be a net $20 win to leave the field up. This is $35 that I won for that 5. I'm just going to collect that. I'm keeping it separate so I know how many times I've won. So now I am plus 20, except for the fact that I lost the 50 earlier, but I can't count that. So now this lay is going to travel behind the last number rolled. So that's now a lay on the 5. And the way this works, so I'm just leaving the iron cross up right now. For now, I'm leaving it up. And I'm looking for 3 hits while the traveling lay is active. So this will be roll number 2 as far as that is concerned, okay? So that $90 lay works, the math works on every point, right? It's going to win 45 on the 4 or 10, it's going to win 60 on the 5 or 9, and it's going to win, let's see, it's going to win, if it's on the 6 and 8, what is 90? Wow, I can't think of that off the top of my head. Okay, math is not my forte. 7, all right. So we got a 7 out. That was a 0.7 out. This is going to, okay, so let's see. We're going to lose all this. And that lay on the 5, again, 90 is going to win 60. It wins 2 for every 3. So 90 is going to win 60. And that's going to pay 50, 60, and I'm going to lose this. Now, I'm going to have to keep, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I got to keep the bets up and keep the field up. This lay is going to go back to the 10. You could choose the 4 or the 10, or you could really choose any number you want. It's just that the 4 or 10 are least likely to roll. So that's the way it goes. Okay, so I need a $2 VIG again, so I need to get some change. Oops, I'm missing $1 there. So there's my change. $2 for the VIG. And we're not getting anywhere fast here, but we're ready to go again. New shooter. New shooter. That shooter sucked. Here's a new shooter coming out. 8. All right. 8 is the point. That's a 6 and a 2. So now the 8 is going to pay 35 minus this to stay up. That's going to be a $20, 30, and 35. So there's my 35 that I win for the 8. Leave 15 in the field, collect the 20. Okay. Now the traveling lay is going to travel to the 8. And what is, you know what, let's just get a little calculator help here real quick because I need to know it anyway. And I didn't do the math. So 90 is what's out there. 90 divided by 6 is 15. So 15 times 5, it pays $75 for that $90 bet. There we go. Sorry about that. I had not thought that through and just decided to quickly roll this out and didn't figure the math out. I don't ever lay a $90 8. So, okay, here we go. 12 midnight. All right, so that is good. We got a 6 and a 6, all the dots we got, and that's going to pay double in the field, which is going to pay $30. And I'm just going to collect that. And that is hit number 2. Now, because we got a midnight, we've got a choice with that lay. All of it is risky. Any number could roll right now. What number is going to roll? Who the heck knows? I am going to leave it on the 8 because it was where I'm just going to, I don't know, just whatever. I'm not going to move it. I'm going to leave it on the 8 and hope that I can avoid 2 rolls in a row on the 8. I could move it to another number, but then I'm just betting that that number is not going to roll anyway, so it doesn't matter. Any number is good. There's a 6 hard, 3 and a 3. All right, so we dodged it. 6 is going to lose in the field. It's going to pay 4 more red chips. That's $20. And I'm going to collect that. Now, these are my winnings. I've collected this. I'm going to move this up so you can see it a little bit better. But this is my winnings on this shooter right here. So I'm going to put all of this. I made my 3 rolls. I'm going to put all of this back in my rack. Okay. I'm bringing the lay down. Now, they're going to give me my $2 VIG back because I'm canceling that lay. So they're going to give me $2 back. Putting all this back in my rack. My rack looks a lot better now. And I'm positioned with a little bit of profit to play with. So let's see what we got here. There's 25, 50, 60, and $70. $70, what am I going to do? I've got $70 in profit on this shooter to play with. $70 giving me some room. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go 44 inside and keep the rest. I'm just going to profit the rest. Get some change for that 5. Put 2 on the 8 and 2 on the 6. And okay, now I'm positioned with $44 inside that's free on this shooter. And we get a 7 out. What a waste of time. 7 out, which is, it just feels like that's the way it goes. For me, that's the way it goes. Okay, so we lose this free bet that we had on the very first roll and we collected nothing. It would have been better just to stick it in our pocket. But we didn't, and we lost it. Okay, so that is the second shooter. Let's go ahead and reload. So this is going to start with $90 plus $2 in VIG. And let's lay it on the 10, and we'll get our $100 at risk out here. $15 field, 25 and 30 on the 5, 6, 8 and field, and we are working. Okay, here we go. So new shooter coming out, and let's go with the black dice today on this video. Black Craps Nation dice. Love these things. All right, coming out. New shooter. 3 craps 3. All right, so that's the benefit of playing of not playing the pass and don't pass is that you don't have to worry about horn numbers on the come out, right? You just play. You're playing everything else. Okay, so we're going to pay 15 for the field, and that's it. We're going to rack it. Now the field. The field gives me a choice because I did not roll a box number. I rolled a horn number. I can leave that 10 there, or I can move it to any other number, but I'm just going to leave it where it's at. I don't want to move it and risk moving it right to a number that rolls, so I'll just leave it where it's at. And there's a 6, hard 6. 3 and a 3. All right, so we lose the field, and we're going to get paid the field back plus 20. 4 green chips. I'm going to rack the green. Those would be nice if those are green chips. Those are red chips. I'm going to rack the red chips, the 20, keep the 15 in the field, and we're ready to go. That is hit number 2. Oh, my fault. I need to move that lay to the 6. All right. Risking it on that inside number, but that's okay. All right, here we go. 9, Nina. Center field 9. The idea behind the traveling lay is something I've really liked is that it's hard to roll the same number back to back. Now, I've seen it roll 3 or 4 times back to back. It has happened. It does happen that way, but it's not very often that it happens that way. Okay, so we're going to win 15 for the field. I'll rack the 15. And now that is our 3rd hit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down the bets, put them back in my rack, including the field. I'm bringing down that traveling lay, putting that back in my rack. And let's see what I got to work with this time. There's 25 and 50. So because of the numbers that hit this time, I only have $50 to work with. And let's just do this. So this time I'm going to go with 18 each on the 6 and 8. So that's going to be $36 at risk. All right. So of the 50, I'm risking 36, and that is, again, that's a free bet because I'm using money that I won and did it again. The very next roll is a 7. 617. I'd swear if I wasn't thinking better. Okay, no worries. We were in profit on that shooter, right? This was money that was house money, won money, banked profits that we could have kept and we'd have been okay, but we didn't. We went ahead and risked it. So here we go again, another shooter. Let's just go back to random shooter. We're going to get everything set up. So here is 90 plus $2 in VIG. I forgot to take back the $2 when I pulled my lay down earlier, so I'm going to take that back now. Okay, so we're laying the 10 to get started, and we've got $100 at risk on the 5, 6, 8, and field, right? Hope you see how that works. And we'll just use those black dice again. New shooter coming out. 7 on the come out. All right, that hurts. That hurts. I don't like this strategy so far because of that. The come out 7 is going to kill you because you lose $100 and you're only getting back 45 minus the $2 VIG. So, so that lay is going to get paid 45. There's 25, 35, $45. I've got to pay a $2 VIG to keep that up. And we're going to win here, but we need to replace everything here that lost. Oops. Okay, so yeah, I am at a point where I might be close to being low on bankroll. There's 25. There's another quarter for this 25. Whoops. There's another quarter for that. So do this. Apologize for the slow setup here. There's 30 each there, and then I've got 20 left in my rack. So I'm going to go 15 in the field. And my bankroll is, I mean, again, I've got 100 here, and I've got 90 there. So it's not like my bankroll's gone. It's just that when I'm starting with a $300 bankroll, this looks really like I've got nothing left. But here we go, coming out again. No come out 7s. 6, all right. We have 6, easy. 3 and 5 and a 1. Math is hard. 5 and 1. Okay, so we're gonna get paid 35 for that 6. 15 back in the field. I'm collecting 20, and that is hit number 1. This lay is going to move to the 6. And here we go. Looking for hit number 2. 5 fever. No field 5. That's a 4 and a 1. That 5 is going to get paid 35. So there's 20 plus my 15 that was in the field. I'll put 15 back in the field, and I'm racking the 20, and that is hit number 2. Now this lay needs to travel to the 5. We need one more hit. One more hit. 7 out. We're not going to get one more hit. That's a 5 and a 2, 7 out. All right. What did I forgot to mark the point. I don't even remember what number it was. Doesn't matter. It was I think it was an 8. Anyway, 6 maybe. 6. Okay, so yeah, it was a 6. Anyway, doesn't matter. We lose all of this. 7 came, and we get paid on this lay. Now on the 5, that 90 is going to win 60. We paid 60. Need a $2 VIG to keep it up. And I'm going to move this lay back to the 10, which I'm getting a little worried about because I don't think we've rolled a 10 anytime recently. But okay, so I need some change. There's a quarter for the 8. 3 red chips for the field. Caps for the 6 and 8. And I am down to just like $9, $10 in my rack. Okay, so new shooter coming out. New shooter. Let's get some new dice. New dice with blue dice, this shooter. All right, coming out. All right. 8. Hard 8. All right. So 8 is the point. And that 8 is going to pay 35. Put 15 back in the field. 20 in my rack, and that is hit number 1. Need to move that lay to the point now, which is 8. All right. 9, Nina. All right, that is a 5 and a 4. That 9 is just in the field, so that's going to be our second hit, and that's a $15 win. All right, and we move the lay to the 9, and looking for our third hit. Here we go, third hit. 8. All right, so that's okay. 8 is the point. We got nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. The lay is now on the 9, so we made our point. And for me, that's going to be a $35 win, which adds 20 to my chip rack. Now that's our third hit, so we're going to put everything else back in our rack. We're going to pull down the lay. They're going to give us back our $2 VIG. Thank you, thank you. Put it in our rack. Now we've got $55 to play with. Now this is the third time we have gotten to this point. So what do we do with it? $55. I am not entirely sure, but I'm going to just go back to 44 inside. And I don't even need change for that. I got enough chips. So 44 inside. This is an interesting situation because the puck is off, so we're going to stay off. Now that we've got risk, now that this is we're playing in overtime on this shooter, I'm going to play where we're waiting for a point. That's AC Deucey. I got no horn anyway at this point, so coming out, we got a 6. 6 is the point. Okay, fine, good. Now we're working like regular, working with the puck. 8. All right, well, that's good. That's the first. That 8 is going to pay 14. I'm going to pay 15 for 1. And I'm just going to collect the first one. 7 out. All right, well, I guess that was a good choice. 5, 2, 7 out. All right, so we're going to lose our 44 inside. I got paid 14 extra dollars on that shooter. That's good. All right, so I think you get the point, and I may end up playing this again as a second video. I'd like to maybe try it with 120 instead of 90 as the lay. That's going to be really difficult to do with the $300 bankroll, but it might be required in this scenario. I feel like at that point you've got a little bit better risk against the early 7s. We got 2 come out 7s that lost us, $50 or so. So I think the lay needs to be a little higher, but it's still not bad. I don't mind it at this level. We did have unfortunate luck. The dice did not roll our way after we initially got our 3 hits, but even with that, there's 100, 150, and that's another $75. So 225, 227. So I would say that was a pretty poor run through. Now, the good thing about what just happened is you never saw a repeater point. You never saw, or not point, number. We never rolled the same number twice. So I never lost my traveling lay, which is important, super important with this strategy, super important. If you lose the traveling lay just once, even it's it's a bankroll destroyer, especially because you got to play it at such a high level. And so I didn't do that. That was good, but we didn't have any long rolls either. We never got out of our past our 3 hits where we were actually making more money. I got that last one where I made that 14 bucks before the 7 came. But I would say this was a decent representation of how 30 minutes of playing might go. But I did not. If I had had it just one time where the number was repeated and I lost the traveling lay, it would have been really detrimental to my bankroll. So that's good that that didn't happen. But anyway, we'll see. I might play it again at a $120 level and just see how it goes with that level. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.